What's good? What's good? What is good? Yeah, man. Got some technical difficulties this morning. I got it together, though, y'all. I got it together. So today, I want to talk about the journey of transformation. We all on a journey, right? As men, we all travel down that road, right? To that final destination. For a lot of us, it's a rough road. A lot of potholes. Some of our roads ain't even paid. You know what I'm saying? Some of us ain't even got roads. We got to make the road while we traveling down it, right? But everybody has their specific journey, right? Mine was one that was a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I think that's why I'm so well-rounded when it comes to my perspectives on life and how I choose to deal with certain situations in life as a man. Most of us, our childhoods were very similar, right? To a certain degree. But a lot, I've said this before in other lives, a lot of our shit, I say all of our traumas really, that we carry as men stem from our childhood, right? How we were raised, the things we were introduced to, the people we were around, the mentalities that they had, right? The perspectives that they had, the activities they engaged in. These are all things that molded us into who we later became, right? And I know a lot of times I talk to a lot of brothers, they tell me, about certain things from their childhood, and I can tell in the way how the conversation goes that they haven't yet realized that the trauma that they telling me about is the reason or is the foundation upon why they are the way they are today, right? Why they think the way they think, why they move the way they move. So whether good or bad, right? No matter what type of childhood you had, everybody goes through trauma, right? So on the outside looking in, right, person might tell you, they traumatic experiences in childhood, and you compare them to yours, and you thinking, shit, the fuck is he complaining about, man? Shit, he had it good. Now, from your perspective, right, he did, because there were things that maybe he went through that he interpreted as trauma, right, a bad experience. And there may be things that you went through that, in your mind and your perspective, were worse than what he went through, right? So we have a habit of doing that, right? We compare and we interpret other people's trauma based off of ours. And to prove my point, most of your relationships, right, male or female, friends, business partners, significant others, right, you usually pick based off of trauma, right? We usually trauma bond as a people. We do that shit, right? We click up in groups, or we bond with certain people, the bonds are usually strong because the trauma bond is strong. We can relate to one another because we've been through similar traumas or the same traumas, right? So we think the same, right? We rationalize on things the same. That's why we're able to bond. So what ends up happening is, and I want y'all to really think about this, what ends up happening is, Showtime, salute, Dickie Foster. My bad, y'all. I be in my head and shit, trying to keep up with this chat. Mike Dan, Dickie Foster, Showtime in the building. Salute. Yeah, we getting personal today, y'all. Y'all know how I am, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm just trying to spread awareness, man. I notice it's not a lot of platforms, right? On really any social media platform where they really giving up the game, right? And it's a space for men who I'm gonna just keep it 100. We be trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? We be on here trauma bonding, man. And it's needed though, right? I try to have these conversations that we don't want to have, right? As men, we learn from an early age, right? We're taught. And it's most of the time, my experience, it wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't like, it was phrases, it was things that were said, but it mainly was the actions, right? For instance, when I was little, like, you fall, scrape your knee, it's like, man, get up, you all right, wipe it off, you be all right. You know what I'm saying? It was tough love. It wasn't that soft nurturing shit, you know. I did get that from my mother, but to a certain extent, my mother was tough too. You see what I'm saying? She loved her baby, but it was just certain things that she just wouldn't accept either, right? So as a child, you look at that as like, damn, my parents don't love me. Like, what they mean? Why they don't like me? Why they doing this shit? Like, you know, but you don't get it because you're still a child, that they're trying to prepare you for one day when you become a man and you got to fend for yourself, right? So with that little simple situation, right, your child falling and scraping his knee, right, because the reaction is going to be different from a little boy than a little girl, right? That little boy got to fall and scrape his knee and realize, damn, I made a mistake and that mistake cost me. I'm in pain, right? The only issue I have with it is explain it. Walk me through what I'm experiencing. But you can't do that if you don't know how to, right? And these are things that are needed in those developmental years, right? Your first 7 years of life are your developmental years. These are the years that's going to mold you into the adult that you're going to be, right? So your journey will be very difficult if you're not prepared for it. When you think about a journey, right? You're going on an adventure, you're going on a journey. You've never been to where you're trying to go. You don't even know if it exists, but I'm going. Something in me is just like, I gotta do it. Because me just staying in this spot doing what I've been doing, I'm not happy, I'm miserable, and I know this ain't my purpose. So you head out, but you head out unprepared. You ain't bring no rations, you ain't got no supplies, you know, even if you bring stuff, you don't know what you need to bring because you don't know what you about to be up against. You don't know what you about to face. You don't know what you want to encounter. You don't know. This is a whole new experience, it's a brand new journey. You don't know how this shit about to play out. You winging it like a motherfucker. That's the reality for most of us, right? If we be honest, we don't know what the fuck we doing. We learning as we go. We take what's given, right? We use that, we add to it, and we keep it moving. That's most men, right? I'm gonna say for my generation, these new age men, that's a whole nother life. That's a whole nother conversation. Whole nother conversation, right? But the journey is difficult for most of us because we weren't prepared, right? So for me, for instance, right, go back to the little boy situation. Now, how with my son, how I would handle that, I'm gonna do the same thing. Get your ass up, wipe it off, deal with the pain, but I'm gonna walk my son through it. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference in how that lesson was learned from me and how I'm gonna teach it to my son. Because I had to learn the lesson later on. I didn't learn the lesson in that moment, right? But also I didn't have the tools to learn the lesson. So I had to learn it the hard way. So for example, my son falls, scrape his knee. I'm not gonna get up, excited, keep a monotone, stay stoic. Because as a man, what you're trying to teach this little boy is to be balanced. That's the key. That's the key to fucking manhood. All the men that I know that are successful and they live in their best life, they're balanced. They don't have full control of their emotions. Nobody has full control of your emotions. Every now and then, everybody gonna slip up and you know what I'm saying? So the goal is to have balance, right? So stay stoic. I'm not excited, I'm not sad, I'm not happy, I'm just present in the moment, right? And that calmness, right, is going to affect the child. They see you calm, they see you not, and a lot of people don't get that. I've seen situations like when I was younger where like somebody might fall or trip or hit the head on something, whatever, and the women just, oh my God, oh my God, they get all hysterical, which it then causes the child to get hysterical. The pain ain't even, sometimes the injury will happen and the pain from it ain't even kicked in yet, but by the reaction of the women or the people in the room or that's around, it freaks the child out because they looking like, oh my God, what's going on? What happened? Then the pain hit. That's trauma, right? So to alleviate that, with my son, you feel me? He falls, scraping knee. Son, get up, wipe it off. And then explain to him what he's going through, what he's feeling, and how to handle that situation. This is pain, son. Get used to it. Because you're going to feel this for the rest of your life. This is pain. Sorry, yeah, I got a phone call. But yeah, this is pain. This is pain. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna feel this for the rest of your life. Some pain is gonna feel worse. Some pain is gonna be bearable, right? But this is a part of manhood, right? The more pain you can take, the more you can accomplish. The more pain you can take, the further you can go on your journey. The more you can take, right? The further you can go on your journey. You got to take the pain with the pleasure. It ain't always, everything ain't always gonna go good. Everything ain't gonna always go bad. But the goal is to find balance. Now, a journey of transformation, right, is basically the caterpillar to a butterfly cycle, right? As a man, right? Going from a boy to a man. You got to make that transition, right? And it's difficult. It hurts, right? It's stressful. You got betrayal, you got heartbreak, you got just all the shit that you go through as a man, right? On your journey. These things are meant to make you a better man, right? But it's all about how you interpret it. So you have some people that interpret it as, oh, my life's fucked up, everything just keep going bad, I just, man, fuck this shit, and they give up. Why? They can't take the pain. They can't take the pain. They can't take the physical pain, the spiritual pain, emotional pain. They can't take it. They can't take you know what I'm saying, that loss. They can't take getting their ass whooped or you know, getting hands put on them, or you know, just the things that we have to deal with as men, right? Just one hard days of work. You got men out here that have never done manual labor. They've never done a hard day's work. Hands as soft as a baby's ass. Don't know what a alternator feel like, a starter, a battery. Don't know what, ain't never changed a tire. None of that shit. That's the new age, man. When I was coming up, it was unheard of for you to call another man to change your tire, or to call another man to you know, do certain things around the house, or you know what I mean, like cut your grass, or come over and fix your AC. When I was young, even if all the men when I was coming up were tradesmen, no matter what their profession was, what they did for a living, they knew a trade, right? They may not have been a master electrician or a master carpenter or a master plumber, no shit like that. They might not even have been a journeyman, right? But they had a foundation in that trade enough to where they can fix things that they need to fix, and they can possibly make some money, right? Oh, I got, you know, I went to the shop, man. They said I need a new starter. Well, how much they gonna charge, man? They told me they gonna want like 500. 500, man, go get the starter. I'll throw that motherfucker on for you. Give me 150. I'll throw that motherfucker on there for you. So you just made $150. It might have took you 20, 30 minutes to throw that starter on there. You see what I'm saying? When if that other man would have had the same skills, he could think about how much money, right, that the men today are spending. You understand what I'm saying? Think about how much money they spending. It's crazy. This is why the OGs back in the day had a pocket full of money, because they was hustlers. They was hustlers. They knew how to get it how they lived. They got it out the mud. They created businesses. They ain't have an EIN, but they had businesses. Those hustlers were a business. They had regular clientele. Hell, the fiends when I was coming up, you understand what I'm saying? Was the mechanics, was the, you know what I'm saying, the landscapers, because that was they hustle. So if I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's hot as shit outside, I ain't about to get up under this motherfucking car and change this oil, drain that pan, and put the gasket on it. Fuck that shit. I ain't dropping that pan, doing all that shit. I don't feel like doing that shit. You can pay Tyrone to do that shit. You see what I'm saying? But times have changed. You got a whole different breed of men out here today. Whole different breed. But the journey, right? Journey of transformation, man. And how we grow, right? On the journey, how you change, right? Think about on that journey, right? You start off, you might not be in the best shape, right? You ain't got the muscle memory. You don't have the physical fortitude to really make this journey. But along the way on that journey, right, you're building those muscles. You're using them leg muscles. You're using your upper body, right? You got to climb rocks and mountains and go through rough terrain and swim across rivers and lakes. And so you're building those muscles, right? You're building that endurance. You're building that conditioning, right? And it's for a reason, because there's always an obstacle. There's always a problem that needs to be solved. As men, we know that shit. It's every fucking day. It's something that needs to be done, needs to be fixed. Something broke. Somebody stole something. Somebody lost something. Something need to be bought. Something need to be. It's always something. That's the journey. It's always something. It's like what this shit seem like it's going. It's like it's to the point. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Tell me if I'm lying. When shit going too good, I'll catch myself like, wait a minute. It's too peaceful. It's too calm. It's too everything. You know what I'm saying? It's something coming. I know something coming. That thing, you know, yep. I was waiting for it. I knew it. And it gets to a point that I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all tell me if y'all experience this too. It gets to a point where when you do have downtime, when you do have time where everything is done, right? Everything is handled. Everything is where it's supposed to be and doing what it's supposed to do, right? Damn, I can chill. I can relax. I can relax my body, my mind. You know what I'm saying? My bank account, everything can just chill and relax and just you know what I'm saying? Just recharge. And in that recharging period, you start thinking like, damn, it really ain't nothing. It got to be something I need to do or something need to be done. Then you start looking for shit. I'm at that age. I'm at that point in my life. It's like you start looking for problems. You start looking for shit. Because what happens is the longer you stay on the journey, right? The more muscles you gain, the more obstacles you overcome, right? You out here slaying bears and wild cougars and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is shit that you couldn't even imagine yourself doing when you first started out on the journey. When you first packed your bags and left the house, all right, mom, I'm gone. I gotta go become a man. Most of the movies we see coming up, right, when we was young, 80s babies, that's what they was about. Self-development, self-growth. You leave one person, you come back a totally different person. Y'all seen that movie 300. Leonidas left a little bony ass, little bitch ass little boy. That motherfucker came back wearing a fucking a wolf ensemble. This motherfucker was that motherfucker made him a full-length mink, you hear me, out of that motherfucking wolf, you hear me? But he was rocking that motherfucker. He made a Louis Vuitton outfit out of a fucking wolf. Okay? Now, and everybody bowed to him. We like, shit, I couldn't have did that shit. I'm a grown ass, I'm older than this little motherfucker. That wolf would have killed me. So if he's that far along in his journey as a child, you see what I'm saying? So my point is, we get caught up in getting to the goal, right? To the finish line. And I've said this a million times. Don't focus on the finish line. Don't focus on the finish line. Focus on the journey. Live in the moment. A lot of times we be so stressed out, we try and get shit done, and we can't even enjoy the moment, right? And I say this all the time. Enjoy the journey, because once you get to your destination, right? What's left to do? Once you've accomplished the goal, once you've accomplished everything, you fulfilled your purpose as a man, you've done everything you wanted to do and needed to do in life, now what? What's left? Ain't nothing left to do. It's you did it. You done. You win. Now what? Think about old heads, right? When you was a youngin'. Think about the old heads that you was around. What did they do? They sat around and reminisced and talked about the journey. Man, I remember back in, I think it was about 72, man. I had just bought me a brand new Cadillac. Yeah, I came roll through, man. You couldn't tell me shit. Top of my head was tingling, man. I was shit, man. And while he telling the story, his head starting to tingle. He's starting to relive it, right? He's visualizing it in his mind. He's going back in time. He time traveling in his mind back to 72. He was in that Cadillac. He can feel it. He can feel a breeze coming through the window on his face. He remember the donuts, the fresh donuts at the Krispy Kreme on the corner. You know, that light was on, and he was, I'm about to give me some donuts, man. Yeah, I think I went there and got me a dozen, man. Hell yeah, man. Jive turkey, man. Yeah. That's gonna be us. God willing. You make it to old age, you accomplish your goals, you fulfill your purpose as a man, that you're gonna do the same shit. You're gonna be sitting around talking about the good old days. Well, what the fuck are the good old days? The journey. The days that he was on his journey. That's what the good old days is. So all you'll have left from the journey is memories. It's those memories. So how you gonna have a lot of memories, you know, good memories to talk about or remember, reflect on, if you so caught up in accomplishing the goal, getting to the finish line? You can't even enjoy the race. You don't even remember what lane you was in the race. What lane was you in? I think I was in the third or fourth lane. I can't remember, but you can't remember what lane you was in. I don't remember. I remember winning the race though. I remember that. I remember holding the trophy up. But what lane was you in? I can't really remember. Why? Because you were so caught up in getting to that finish line, you didn't even enjoy the race. So we got to stop shorting ourselves, man. Take the good with the bad. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the journey. Because the shit that's making you cry today gonna make you laugh tomorrow. The experiences that make you cry today, you will laugh about tomorrow. It ain't that serious, bro. We think shit be the end of the fucking world. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this. Oh, the transmission that went out. Oh, the fucking hot water heater broke. Oh, I done lost my job. Oh, this happened. My girl left me. Whatever the fuck you going through. It is not the end of the world. Think about your life. Think about your past. Think about all the shit that you've been through on the journey already. You done slayed fucking alligators in the swamp. You done fucking killed bears, grizzly bears with your bare hand. You done all this amazing, crazy, unbelievable shit. And now, because you done tripped over a fucking a tree stump, right, and twisted your ankle. Oh, I'm done now. It's over. This it. I ain't gonna make it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Man, if you don't get some twigs and make a splint and keep your bitch ass going, what the fuck is you talking about? This shit ain't over. A sprained ankle, my nigga. That's what's gonna take you out the game. A hurt ankle. So going to war with a bear, an alligator, a cougar, with a fucking Bowie knife, that didn't get you. That didn't stop you. That didn't end the journey. But this sprained ankle, this little weak ass sprained ankle, that's you gonna give up now. Now you wanna give up. Nah. See, on my journey, I started out, as you can see, you know, in the picture. I was in the streets, lost, like the most of us was, listening to NWA and, you know, Biggie, Pac, Ghetto Boys, 8-Ball, MJG. It depends on where you was from, right? I'm just trying to name off some shit, you know, bring y'all back in y'all mind to that era or that time period, right? And I was running the streets, you know what I'm saying? Just not realizing really what I was doing and how the things that I was doing was not only negatively affecting me, but the people I was around, my community, my family. Not really caring because I didn't care about myself, right? Didn't love myself. Thinking that my life didn't have value, right? And I did a lot of things I'm not proud of. A lot of shit I'm not proud of. But I don't regret none of it because it was all needed on my journey to get me to where I'm at. Most people from my past, if they meet me today, because I've experienced it, it's like they can't believe it. It's like, this is crazy. Like, wow, man, damn, you got a family. Oh, you doing this, you doing that. Oh man, you did this, you did that. Oh, you went here. Oh, and it just blows their mind because the person that they knew is not the person that's in their presence at that moment, right? So the person they remember me being is dead. He long gone. But think about how impactful that is. Big Sexy, salute, salute. J-Bo, Showtime. But think about how impactful that is, right? Because I noticed how, especially the youngins I was around, right? The stuff that they saw me doing, you know what I'm saying? How I was moving. I at a certain point, I realized how it was influencing them, right? I didn't realize it in a moment. It was way later, right? Way later. You know, I done changed my life. I'm I'm studying Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelites. I'm all over the place. I'm, into the esoteric shit and researching Illuminati and Freemasonry and all. So I'm on a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? So they looking at it like, damn, if he can transition from being out here doing all this wild ass shit, you know what I'm saying, to doing what he's doing now, shit, I could do it. If he's comfortable enough to be himself and not give a fuck what nobody think, I could do it. And I started to see the shift. I started to see how the youngest that was in the streets, knowing that I had, influence in a lot of the things that they was doing because they saw me do it. Now that they see me doing something different, guess what they gonna do? So this is a testament to how, even though you're on your journey, right, the other men that are on their journeys too, they're influenced, right? They looking at you, they seeing you on your journey, they seeing the things you going through, the things you doing, and they like, well, shit, he doing that, I'm gonna do that too. Or he winning, he eating, he getting money, he doing good, but they don't see the backside of it, right? They don't see the thing. All they see is the rewards or the tangibles that come from doing what you're doing, right? But they don't see the other shit. They don't see the adversity. They don't see they ain't experienced none of that. What comes with the other side of the game, right? See, I went through all that. So they still got to go through it. But are they strong enough to make it? Can they fall and scrape their knee 100 times and still get the fuck up, right? Because eventually you cry, but eventually you fall and scrape your knee so much, what happens? It heals, right? You get a scab, it heals, you got a scar. Fall again, get a scab, it heals, you got a scar. Eventually you done built up so much skin, calloused and what you call it? Scar tissue, right? That when you fall, you don't even scrape your knee no more. You scraping layers of experience off. You scraping layers of skin off that you've built up over the years from going through this so many damn times. Now, the ultimate goal, right? When you reach your final form, your final transformation, you know what the goal is then? You realize, motherfucker, all these years, I've been falling to scrape my knee. When if I'd have just been watching where the fuck I was walking, I'd have never scraped my knee in the first place. Boom. Tony, what's good? Boom, that's it. And when you have that epiphany, you're gonna do exactly what I just did. You're gonna laugh, because that's what I did. When I realized it, I just laughed. Because what else can you do? Cry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. All this hell, all that pain, all that suffering, all the band-aids, all the fucking the ice pack, all that shit I went through. And I ain't even had to go through that shit. If I'd have just watched where the fuck I was walking, I'd have never tripped in the first place, which means I'd have never fell and scraped my shit up. So some of us, right? Some of us never scrape our knee. And I'm gonna tell you the crazy part about what I'm about to say. Some of us as men, we never fall and scrape our knee because at an early age we had enough wisdom to comprehend that, right? Some men are just like that. Some men, they just get shit. They just pick up on it quick. They just think different, right? Even without the correct upbringing or training or somebody to older man to school them or put them on game, they just naturally have wisdom beyond their years. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You see them little kids and little baby. Oh, that baby, he been here before. Oh, that baby, he knows something. Oh, that baby, he just so advanced. Them guys, them. I'm talking about them. Him downstairs. I'm talking about him. He ain't never scraped his knee. He's never felt that type of pain before. But you know the crazier part about men like that? They envy the ones with the scars. They envy the ones with the scars. And it's crazy because the ones with the scars envy them. I'm over here with this bust up, scraped up, bruised up knee. He over here just with the pretty ass knees and shit. Look at this motherfucker, pretty knee ass motherfucker. We be jealous of each other, right? For the dumbest fucking reasons. He on his journey, you on yours. Your journey ain't his journey. Because if you didn't fall and bust your knee a million times, you wouldn't have had the physical fortitude needed to make it to the end of your journey, to accomplish the things that you have to accomplish. His road was paved, right? Yours wasn't. You had to pave it yourself. Does that make him better than you? Does that make you better than him? No. What y'all should be doing as men, what we should be doing as men, is the one that ain't got the scrapes on his knee, the one that has the wisdom, is supposed to pass it on to the one that don't. And then the one that has learned it the hard way, he's supposed to pass it on to the one that didn't go through it. Then we all become well-rounded, right? 360. Now you have a full perspective. Because you know what you went through on your journey, but now you know what he went through too. It's a way of you experiencing that without actually going through it. And it's a way for him to experience that without him actually going through it. But this goes back to what I said earlier about trauma bonding. Most men like that, we can't relate to, because it's like, bro, you ain't been through shit. I done been through hell. I like, you still smell a sulfur on my clothes. You been in heaven your whole life. You ain't never been put to the fire. You don't even know what the heat feel like. You ain't even felt the heat on your skin. Just that radiating heat. I done had the actual fire on me, just burning. You don't even know what it's like to just put your hand up close to it and just feel the heat that's radiating off of it. And feel how hot that is. So we be like, oh, he ain't been through shit. He don't know shit. Oh, he old punk ass, bitch ass motherfucker. He don't. But that punk ass, bitch ass motherfucker could tell you shit about heaven that you ain't never experienced. See, you well equipped for hell. Because you've been dealing with hell your whole life. You know everything about that hellfire. Motherfucker, I put cigarettes out on my tongue for fun. Like, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Because you dealt with it for so long. It's like you don't even feel the pain. You don't even. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've adapted to it. He's adapted to heaven. That's all he's known. But he could tell you things about heaven. He's telling you. He's telling you things about heaven, right, that you don't know. So in return, you're supposed to tell him things about hell that he don't know. Iron sharpening iron. As men, you can never rise above your nation, right? So what good does What good is it to me as a man if I'm just the superior fucking man? I'm the ideal fucking man, well-rounded man, but all the men around me are weak, uneducated, lazy, don't know nothing. How does that benefit me? That means I have to do everything on my own. I can't go to nobody for, how the fuck I'm gonna go to somebody for help? How can this motherfucker help me? I can help them, but how can they help me? So when these young brothers be out, I try not to, you know what I'm saying? It's difficult, you know what I'm saying? I try not to judge, I try not to flip out, but it's difficult because of how I was raised and just my mentality. So when I see a young brother out here with a fucking bonnet on and his fucking fingernails painted like a bitch, it does something to me, right? But it's not, I have to remind myself that he don't know no better. Because I know for a fact that if he knew better, he'd be doing better. If he knew who the fuck he was, where he come from, and what he's supposed to be doing as a man, it's no fucking way in hell that he would be outside presenting himself this way. I know you didn't have your father in your life. And if you did, he was a bitch ass nigga. Because ain't no fucking real man would allow his son, fuck allow, like, where did the idea to do this shit even come from? You have young men right now today who are seeing the behaviors of their peers, right? They seeing them wearing the tight ass clothes and the bonnets and the fingernails, and they acting flamboyant and fruity and shit. And they see the activity that their peers are doing. They still choose to not engage in it. Why? Because they got a masculine father at home. Their own mother ain't going to allow them to put on no foot. Where you get the bonnet from? Where you get the fingernail polish from? Who painted your nails? How you even know how to paint nails? These are activities that in a normal, functional, traditional household ain't going on. My mama and my sister would have whooped my ass if they'd have caught me with their bonnets and fingernail polish. Would have whooped my ass. What the fuck are you doing? Get your little faggot ass out. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. Get out my shit. But you fast forward to the day, you got these youngins out here acting like they mamas, acting like they aunts. And they encouraging this shit. Oh, look at them. You got women online busting it wide open, right, for views on social media, and your daughter sitting right there watching, your son sitting right there watching. I saw this video of this disgusting ass bitch. Your son is twerking on social media. Boy, looked like he couldn't have been no more than 8, 9 years old. And you got him up here twerking on social media. Where's his father? These men today, sad to say, will never become men. These boys today, I should say, will never become men. How can they? Only a man can teach you how to be a man. If I want to go to the NFL, I'm not gonna go and ask Michael Jordan to teach me how to play football. Does that make sense? Does that make sense for me to go to LeBron and be like, hey man, I want you to teach me how to play football. I'm trying to make it to the NFL. What pointers can you give me? He gonna look at you like you fucking crazy. You got the N right, but you got the next 2 letters wrong, bro. You just the wrong league. I don't play football. So your mother can never, a woman can never teach a little boy how to be a man. Never. Never. It has never happened. It will never fucking happen. Any boy that was raised by his mama, right, with no male guidance, will never be a man. He'll never be a man. And it's sad to say it's a lot of them out here. And it's just crazy how you go online and you got all these women complaining about how sassy the men are today. Who raised these motherfuckers? Who raised them? The daddy wasn't in their life. You had him since a baby. So who raised him? Where did he learn to be sassy from? Who taught him this sassiness? He wasn't born sassy. So how was these attributes and behaviors learned? Who did he watch? Now we know the answer, but we know these trifling assholes, they never take accountability. Oh, it ain't the mama fault. The daddy should have been there. All that may be true, but it's irrelevant at this point. Because the product that's being presented in front of us today, daddy had nothing to do with. That's all mama. So the same men that these women out here complaining about, they're the ones creating. They're raising them. But somehow that's still our fault. Somehow that's still our fault. You wasn't even present. Ain't had nothing to do with this nigga. You ain't even know he was alive. She ain't even tell you she was pregnant. Now he sassy, flamboyant than a motherfucker, but somehow that's still my fault. And I had nothing to do with his development. Okay. That's part of your journey as a man. Every man that I know, right, especially the older generation, right, I started paying attention. Stuff come out. When you young, you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? You think your uncles and aunts, or, friends, you meet their family, parents, you go over their house, spend the night, whatever. You think it's, mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You think everybody came out of mama and everybody came out of daddy nutsack, right? You think it's the family. All these children, daddy children, all these children, mama children. No. You get older and you realize, nah, it ain't that. Cliff, what's good? What's good? It ain't that. You realize, oh, so you and your sister got different fathers? Oh, you and your brother got different mothers? Oh, wait a minute. Who is this? Then you get that one sibling that come like certain times of the year, holidays, or you know what I mean? You think it's their cousin or something. The whole time there's daddy, little illegitimate child from, before he got with mama. You know what I'm saying? And you start to peep shit. The older you get, you hear stories, you start putting shit together. I always wonder why y'all don't look alike. I always wondered why, when mama come home, she always act weird to your older brother, your older sister. I always wonder why this or that. And it's like it starts to make sense, right? You start to put things together. You start to realize, oh, okay. Most of the men, right? My uncles, my dad, my friends, they dads, the majority of them, if not all, have either one child or multiple children with another woman. It didn't work out for whatever reason, then they got with mama. Right? Why is that? Why is that? And for me, I just never understood y'all. Like, why would you make the same mistake twice? If the first marriage or first relationship didn't work, what you think this new broad, what do you think this is going to be? What you think this is going to be? And they still be fucking miserable. But at the same time, trying to tell me that I need to try to work it out, or I need to get married, or I need to settle down with one woman. Nigga, I'm looking at you in your life. That ain't what the fuck I want. Who the fuck want to go work at a job that you don't fucking like, right? With people you don't like and can't stand. To get a paycheck that you ain't happy about. It ain't enough. To pay for a lifestyle for motherfuckers who don't even appreciate it, no respect you. You can have that shit. This is why marriage is done. because it's a fucking scam. It's a finesse. It's a hustle. And we're the ones getting hustled. Everybody in our pockets. Everybody in our pockets. Your check get hit. By the time if you look at your paycheck, by the time everybody done dipped in your motherfucking paycheck, when you see what you got left for you, it's like, this some bullshit. Gotta pay the rent, gotta pay the mortgage, gotta pay this. Oh, he needs shoes. He got camp. He about to start basketball camp. I gotta get him some shoes, get a uniform. Or she wanted a new purse. Or he wanted this. Or I gotta buy this. Or we gotta put some food in the house. Once you are left with what you got for you, you ain't got shit. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck her and fuck them damn kids. Fuck that shit. You got me fucked up. You think I'm about to live my life for other motherfuckers who don't respect me, don't appreciate me, right? And I'm supposed to put my wants and needs and my purpose to the side for these ungrateful motherfuckers? You crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. And every married motherfucker I know is fucking miserable. Not saying that all married people are miserable. I'm just saying the motherfuckers that I know are fucking miserable. You can put the front on all the fuck you want. I know what it look like because I done did it before my damn self. Nigga, you're not happy. You're not. I can look at your woman. I can look at your children. I can look at you. Nigga, you're miserable. Stop faking it. You're not happy. So, back to the journey. That's part of the journey as well, right? Learning these things, right? Learning the truth. I think that's the biggest, what am I trying to say? Not hurdle, but I think that's the biggest pill that you have to swallow as a man, is accepting that nobody gives a fuck about you, right? Unless you're providing something, right? Unless you're a benefit to them. As a man, that is your value. And we run from that, right? A lot of us run from it. We don't want to accept it. We don't want, but this is the reality. It slaps you in the face every fucking day. Don't have that money, or don't pay this, or don't pay that, or don't do the things that people are expecting you to do or you've been doing, and see how they treat you. Stop paying that rent and see what happens. Stop paying that car note, see what happens. Stop buying a PlayStation 5 game, see what happens. I'm telling you, motherfuckers will show their true colors. Then you will see your true worth. Man, these motherfuckers only give a fuck about me when I'm doing something for them. Exactly. Exactly. And as a man, that's damn near everybody in your fucking life. They are only in your life or in your fucking face for what they can get from you. What can you do for me? How can you make my life easier? How can you benefit me without me benefiting you, or without me having to give anything up or give up the same amount or equal to what you're giving me? That's everybody's hustle. So you got your woman in your pocket, your children crying and whining, they want need shit. You got the government in your pocket, you got child support. Everybody want a piece of what the fuck you got. So as men, right, we have to be cautious. We play way too fucking much. Way too fucking much. I've seen men lose their lives, right, because a woman got upset and her feelings were hurt. I know men that are 6 feet under right now as I speak because a woman's feelings were hurt. She wasn't physically hurt. She didn't lose no money. Nobody died, right? But her feelings were hurt. And her response to that was, let me do something or set something up so this motherfucker can lose his life. All because her feelings were hurt. Your feelings are not permanent. You have a roller coaster of emotions. In 24 hours, you probably feel 500 fucking different emotions. So because I said or did something, right, that you interpreted in a way that caused you to have a certain emotional response to it, I deserve to die? I deserve to lose my life? That's crazy. But that's the reality. And it's not just with women, it's with men as well. I know men who have lost their lives because other men have no control over their emotions. Oh, he talking to my girl, I'm gonna kill him. Oh, he disrespecting me. Let me pop the trunk. So because your feelings are hurt, you ready to take somebody's life? You got men that's sitting in cells right now, cry themselves to sleep at night, want to commit suicide because they've ruined their lives. It only takes 30 seconds, less than that, to change your life forever. Your whole journey, change your whole shit. All the opportunities, all the work that you've already put in, all the shit you've been through. This is how it's going to end. Because once the action's taken, you can't take it back. Everybody want to cry and well, I didn't mean to do it. It's too late. It's too late. This is why fathers are important, because fathers are going to teach their sons how serious life is. And how something that can be so simple, right? Something so simple, something so insignificant can change the whole trajectory of your life. These youngins is so quick to pick up a gun. 99% of them, and that's being generous, can't fucking shoot. You can be standing 10 feet away from them. They will literally kill everybody on the block, and you won't even get grazed. I've seen it. Motherfuckers running away, shooting, ain't even looking. Just busting and running. Tripping and falling, shooting, shot they self, shot they friend. I seen motherfuckers shoot they fuck. How the fuck 3 of y'all came and 2 of y'all left? And y'all ain't even hit the motherfucker that you was trying to get. But you killed your man. And left him. Cause you got scared and you just ran. Just dumb shit. Dumb shit. Run up busting, blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker walk in your line of fire. You done shot your man. And then just leave him there to die. Cause you got scared. Ain't even hit your target. The shot somebody else ain't had nothing to do with this shit. Shot your man that you came with. And now y'all run off. They dumb, so they done told everybody what they did or what they was going to do. Somebody knows something, right? Probably somebody brother or cousin. Well, I know that he told me he was going with so-and-so and so-and-so to go do something. And now he shot. Well, what happened? They gonna figure it out. Now you on the next episode of First 48. With your arms in your t-shirt, sleeping on the desk, crying and shit. I didn't mean to. Well, we got the tape. We got the surveillance camera, the CCTV footage from the Dunkin' Donuts from across the street. We saw you in the alley taking the ski mask off and everything, throwing it in the dumpster. We got the tags from the vehicle that you got with. Just dumb shit. We know it was you. You might as well go ahead and tell us. I did it, man. I told him, man. I don't know why he walked in front of me. I didn't mean to do it. It's too late for the tears, bro. It's too late for the tears. Your journey is over. You done. Now you gotta go to jail. You gotta try to, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta go through the whole legal bullshit and all that. Now you're in the law library trying to become a lawyer and learn law. And now you know, or you might link up with the, you know, the Moors or you know, the 5%ers, whatever you trying to learn. But I'm trying to get up out of here, man. I'm trying to get this appeal. Don't even put yourself through all that shit. Don't even put yourself through all that shit. This for the youngest. I know what it feels like, right? That power, that rush that you feel through your body the first time you hold that pistol. Cause I felt it too. When you feel like you have no power and no voice and no respect in the world, and you get that fucking gun in your hand, that pocket rocket, and you just feel like God, you feel like a Titan, fucking Zeus, motherfucking, I wish a motherfucker would. Ain't taking no shit no more. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. And I also know that mentality. Because the only way you can get that feeling is if you have that mentality. Because why you feel you need the gun or want the gun in the first place? Because you feel powerless. It's a tool. The power don't come from the gun. The power come from you. Because without your finger to pull that trigger, guess what? Ain't no bang. You got to cock that motherfucker and pull that motherfucking trigger for it to go bang. It's a tool. It's no different than a hammer and nail, a sawzall. It's a tool. But you get that motherfucker, oh man, yeah, I wish a motherfucker would chime in and run around talking about, y'all ain't got no fucking ops. Y'all youngins ain't got no fucking ops. What is an op? Short for opposition. What opposition you got? The opposition you got is you. You your biggest op. When you look yourself in the fucking mirror, that's your op right there. You. It's you against you. And the same thing for these other little motherfuckers that's running around here with ski masks on and hoodies in 100-degree weather. Ain't nobody looking for you. You ain't got no fucking ops. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, we beefing with so-and-so, or we beefing with this hood, or we beefing with this gang. Motherfucker, beef with oppression. Beef with beef against ignorance. Beef against that. Beef against your checking account. The fuck are we talking about? You broke, they broke, right? You got daddy issues, they got daddy issues. You was raised by your mama, he was raised by his mama. So what the fuck is the difference? Y'all the same fucking person. Is that why y'all like each other? Because when you see him, you see yourself? Because that's the motherfuckers you fuck with. And I'm going to say another thing, too, with this whole gangbanging shit. I never understood it. I'm from the East Coast. You know, I never subscribed to this shit. It never made sense to me, right? I understand the origins of it, right? That makes sense to me, right? The origins of it. Not what it's become today, but if you do your research, the origins of it. Shout out Larry Hoover, right? The Chief, Jeff Ford, Tookie, the Chiefs, right? I know what it stood for and what it meant in the beginning, right? What the intent behind these organizations being established and what they were trying to do. I know what it's become, but I also know what it was meant to be in the beginning, right? So you got, and that's another thing. You got motherfuckers in gangs and shit. They don't even know who started this shit. Is it you think this was they goal? You think this is what they wanted? Us banging on each other? Because y'all don't be banging on the Mexicans. Y'all don't be banging on the white people. Y'all don't bang on the foreigners. Y'all don't bang on nobody but motherfuckers that look like you. I ain't never seen a video. I'm like, what's good, cuz? Where you from, cuz? It's always somebody that look like them. Because y'all are cowards. Cowards. Police pull up, y'all do whatever they say. They spread your cheek, lift your chest, they checking your asshole, they playing with your nuts. You just let them violate you. And in retaliation, because you feel less than, right? You feel violated. You feel like you have no power. Well, I'm going to go pick on somebody that I feel I can take advantage of. I'm going to go pick on somebody or bully somebody that I feel like, you know, is less than me or weaker than me. So I can feel better about myself. I can feel better about my cowardice and my weakness. Because that's all that shit is. Them CEOs, the police, they tell you what to do and you do it. You might give some back talk, whatever, but you know the consequences. If you buck or if you retaliate, you run, you shoot it out, you swing on, you know what the consequences are. And that's why your bitch ass don't do nothing. Because you don't want to deal with the consequences of that. But there is no consequence of you bullying your brother. There is no consequence of you shooting your brother. There is none. Unless you get caught. But most of these murders, they go unsolved, right? Don't nobody give a fuck. Never dead black man. Cold case. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. But I've been rambling, y'all. Mike Dan, salute. Yeah, I went from just running the streets, you know, started studying, you know, the Nation of Islam, got what I needed from that, you know, then I started studying with the Hebrew Israelites, got what I needed from that, started studying with the Moorish Science Temple, got what I needed from that, and now I realize that I don't need none of this shit. Because all of it comes from the same source. So I don't care what religion you subscribe to. I don't care what, it doesn't matter what you're into, what you're doing, what you're learning. The more you study, the more you research, the more rabbit holes you go down, you're going to realize that all this shit comes from the same source. It all comes from one fucking source. It's just different men that took it, flipped it, and used it, right, to their benefit or to push their agenda. So I don't knock anybody. Everybody's where they need to be on their journey, right? So if you at stage 1 or phase 1, you still in the streets, I'm not going to look down on you. I don't look at you as being less of a man than me or look at you as, you know what I mean, like you beneath me or some shit. No, because I've been where you at. So I know what your mentality is. This is why I can relate and deal with anybody, because I'm well-rounded. There's nobody in this chat. There's nobody that's gonna watch this live. There's no man on this planet that I can't sit down and have a civil conversation with. Some of the best conversations I've had been with some of the most feared men that you would ever fucking meet. And I don't even know them for that. But people listen, oh, you talking to that motherfucker? You tripping, that motherfucker crazy. You know how many bodies he got? Or you know what? I don't get that when I talk to them. You get that side of them because they don't trust you. They don't trust you or feel comfortable enough, right? Y'all really think about what I'm about to say. They don't feel comfortable or trust you enough to open up and let that little boy out to play. Every man got that little boy that lives inside of them. I ain't gonna say every man. Every man had it. Some men are so destroyed. They went through so much trauma and it broke them. To where that little boy is fractured. It's just pieces of him left. So I don't give a fuck how gangster you think you are, how tough you think you are. You still got that innocent, sweet little boy that lives inside of you that you protect. See, I see through the armor. Because all the gangster shit, all the tough shit, that's the armor. That's the armor to protect the little boy. How do I know that? Because I do the same fucking thing. The monster that you create to protect your innocence, I did the same fucking thing. So the fact that I can be open enough to let my little boy out to play, a lot of men, it fucks with them. Because it's like, They waiting for me to fill them out, to, you know, see, you know what I'm saying? Well, is it safe? I don't know. I got to fill him out. I don't know. He might be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have nothing to hide, and I don't fear shit. Because I know if I let my little boy out to play and you try to put your fucking hands on him, I know what I'm going to do. I don't give a fuck who you are. I know what I'm going to do. So I don't have no guard up. My little boy can run freely. Because the monster in the cut. the monster in the cut. He in the cut watching. You don't even realize it. So it's really a setup. It's really a test. Are you going to do the right thing? How to catch a predator. Are you going to do the right fight? Are you really a predator, or you just pretending to be? Because you're in survival mode. You trying to survive this fucked up environment that you was born in, or that you living in. I give you the rope to hang yourself. Exactly, Mike. It's not. It's not the world we grew up in at all. At all. It is, but it isn't. And I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. It's still the same world. It's just that we've been given the younger generation of men have been given a different perspective of it, right? So the perspective or the reality that was painted for us, because you got to think how we was raised, or the things that we was exposed to, the TV shows we watched, the cartoons we saw, the movies we saw, the music we listened to, the music out and movies, the entertainment our parents, you know what I'm saying, listened to and watched. It was different, right? Because it's all programming. It's all witchcraft. It's all programming, right? That's why when you sit down and watch the Tell Live Vision, back in the day, you had to watch what the fuck was on TV. We was on full lockdown. Really think about that. We was on full lockdown in the 80s. If you were 80s, baby, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. We had TV guides. Y'all remember them? Y'all remember the TV guides? So shit, you wanted to watch motherfucking Voltron, motherfucker, you gotta wait till Voltron come on. You can't just hop on your tablet or your phone and just let me binge watch all the Voltron episodes. No, motherfucker, you had to sit and watch that shit live right when it aired. If you missed it, motherfucker, you missed it. Ain't no rewinding, right? You ain't got DVRs, you ain't no rewinding. So the urgency, right, of being in the right place at the right time was very heavy in our generation, right? That's why we so, in my opinion, I ain't gonna say motivated. Damn, Mike say he a 50, baby. Well, shit, you definitely know what I'm talking about then. You was watching the black and white with the rabbit ears. You had the motherfucker. I know you did, because I had the motherfucker. The UHF. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care what generation you want to go back to. Let's talk about it. But tell me if I'm right or wrong, Mike. I'm going to be honest. I low-key envy the older generations, because y'all had more, how can I say this? Y'all had more fun, in my opinion, more natural fun, because technology wasn't as big as it is today, right? Y'all were in better shape. Y'all had more memories, right? Social, when it comes to being social, right? This is why, if y'all really think about it, for instance, I'm pretty sure you have no problem being in a social setting and walking up to a total fucking stranger and having a full-blown conversation, right? Motherfuckers think y'all known each other your whole fucking lives and you just meeting their ass. Y'all social prowess is a lot different, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all didn't have the technological advances that exist today, to where you can be social without physically being social. Like right now, I'm talking to the world. It's be people, a motherfucker I ain't never seen, never met, but they gonna hear my voice and they gonna see this video, right? That's still communication. but there's no physical, it's no direct communication. That's what I'm saying. Y'all was outside for real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ran around and played, and y'all were in better shape. Y'all ate better foods. That y'all didn't have all of the GMO and carcinogenic, cancerous bullshit chemicals and shit that they putting in the food now. Yes, y'all did have it too, but not to the degree that we got it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of envy that, because it's like the programming that y'all got was a lot different. It was a lot different. I honestly, in my opinion, y'all had a lot more freedom when it comes to just being yourself than we do, right? Yes, y'all had social. What's the word I'm looking for? Social pressures, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you, I don't know, maybe somebody had some cigarettes or something, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood. Oh, let's smoke a cigarette. And it's like, no, that's bad. We're not supposed to do that. So it was social pressures that y'all had, but it wasn't as big as it is now, to where you got children that are online and getting bullied, but it's a different type of bullying, right? I get it now because I took the time to really figure it out, but you know, 10 years ago, you tell me, like, you bitch ass motherfucker, like, the fuck are you bullying online? But what the fuck is that? Like, what? You upset about what a motherfucker you don't even know fucking got to say about you? Like, why the fuck would you even care about that? But that's because I didn't grow up that way. I didn't grow up in an era where I can post a video online and everybody at the school can see it and make memes and talk about me and send the shit to another app, and now millions of people is watching my video and laughing and making memes and making skits and all. I didn't experience that. You know what I mean? I didn't experience that, so I don't know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? So I try to not do what y'all kind of did to us. It's like, y'all, oh, y'all youngins, y'all don't this, that, the third, woo, woo, and they don't get us, they don't understand us. And then we now we're at that age, you know what I'm saying? We the old heads now, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm an old head, but you know, that's why I don't like these young. Hey, I ain't no fucking I'm from DC. We call, you know what I'm saying, the fiends Don't call me no damn But I get it. That's how they show they respect or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He don't know my name, call you uncle, OG, whatever. But I try to put myself in their shoes. Try to put myself in their shoes, man, and just see the world from their eyes. And by me doing that, it helped me better understand where they coming from, right? They are soft. I will say that. I don't care how you. They're a lot softer, and just they're a lot weaker and softer than prior generations. I think it's like each generation get weaker and weaker. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff that my father and my uncles and stuff that they was doing and stories that they would tell from their childhood. I'm like, what the fuck? And they sitting around laughing and joking about the shit. And I'm like, I would have fucking died if that shit would have happened. I'm just give y'all one. My father was playing Cowboys and Indians with his brothers in the backyard. He from North Carolina, Bladenboro, North Carolina, country, right? Which I don't know how the hell you didn't see a wasp nest above your head, but they said it was a big ass wasp nest above his head. He coming through the bushes, whatever. They duck down. They playing Cowboys and Indians. So I guess he wanted to pop out and just, air shit out. So he stood up, and when he stood up, the head went right up in the big ass wasp nest, and they tore his ass up. Now, as a child hearing that story, right, you paint that image in your mind of your daddy as a little ass big head, little pot belly, look like one of them little African children. You can feed for 35 cents a day, run around, no shirt on, looking like Ray Charles in the movie and shit. And he stands up in a big ass wasp nest, which for one, I've never seen a big ass wasp nest. I've seen big wasp nests, but not one to the size that it would need to be for my father. I got a big ass head. I get it from my dad. I got my daddy head. So I'm just imagining this big ass little boy head going up in a wasp nest, and you get tore up by these fucking wasps. You gotta think, you getting stung in the eye, you getting stung in the nose. You're gonna be hollering and crying. One might go in your mouth, sting your tongue, sting in your ear, your head. You know what I'm saying? So you all fucked up, right? Head swole as a motherfucker. They said you look like when Martin fought Tommy Hearns and shit in that episode and shit. And then to make matters worse, y'all, this is why I say trauma, bro. Trauma. Like y'all generation, y'all was built different. Different. Trauma. You go through that. I've been stung before by, I think it was I think I got stung like 3 times on my ear. I only been stung on my head by anything. I think that one time they was in my basketball goal, like up in the metal frame and shit. They had made a nest up and I kept hitting the ball and try to get them to come out so I could, get the nest out. And them motherfuckers must have got mad. I was, started walking off and shit, and they caught my ass on my ear and shit. But that's the only time I got stung in the head, and I thought I was gonna fucking die. I was at home by myself. I'm hollering, screaming, running around. It felt like I got shot. I've been shot, so I know what that feel like. The heat and that burn. It to me is damn near the same at that time as a child. That's the closest thing I can compare the pain to. And to go through that by myself, like that shit, fuck trauma. Once again, trauma. But I learned my lesson though. I left them goddamn wasps. But I brought that up because it's like, I'm like, damn, my father. Okay, I got stung once in the ear, right? And I thought I was gonna fucking die. Most excruciating pain at that time in my life I've ever felt. I'm pouring water on my shit. I'm trying to drink. I'm just doing any fucking thing. I'm running around the house. I'm falling around, rolling around. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know that you're supposed to take the sting out. The sting is still in. All that. I don't know none of that shit, right? So I'm just like, I can't even call nobody because I can't even pick up the phone and dial the numbers because fucking pain's so bad. So I'm just thinking, okay, if I went through that with one, I know he got stung probably who knows how many times. And we talking, then you got to think too, we talking about punk ass state of Maryland, you know what I'm saying, wasps. Them wasps I seen when I used to go down south to visit, them shit's about 2-3 times as big as the ones, back home and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really see a lot. I ain't see a lot of wasps in DC, right? I did, but I didn't. In certain areas, certain places, you got woods and shit. They might have a nest up in the corner, in the complex when you walk in the complex and shit like that. But usually they so high up that it really ain't an issue in DC, right? You don't fuck with them, they don't fuck with you. But when you in the country or when you like, Southern Maryland or down south, them motherfuckers big as shit. They big as hell. They about 2-3 the size of that. So I'm like, if the body bigger than the ones we got, I know the stinger bigger. So I'm just imagining him. He was younger than me when he got stung. I think I was in like middle school or like freshman in high school or some shit when the shit happened to me. He was like 8-9 years old. He was a youngin'. And to get stung multiple times in multiple locations at the same time in your head. And this ain't the kicker, y'all. I'm gonna end it with this. This the kicker. My grandfather, instead of taking this motherfucker to the hospital, he took him outside. He was already outside. He took him over by the shed and shit. He had a can of kerosene. He poured kerosene over this boy's head to get the stingers out. Now, mind you, you in pain. You done got stung up by these fucking wasps. You're in pain. Now you coughing and can't breathe because you inhaling fucking kerosene and it's on your fucking skin. I'm like, God. And that's just one story, y'all. They got millions of them. And I just be looking at them like, okay. They got millions of stories like this, y'all. Broken legs, somebody broke their back, then stabbed somebody got shot. It's crazy ass stories. You be like, how the fuck is y'all alive? How are y'all alive? How are you competent? How can you formulate a sentence? And I had brain damage. Motherfuckers done bust their shit open, like all types of wild ass shit. Y'all was just different, bro. Y'all was different, bro. Y'all was built different. Y'all was built different. I give y'all that. And it's like every generation, we just get weaker and weaker. Because the stuff that like I went through as a child, if I tell my son that shit, he gonna be looking at me like, oh my goodness, you did that? That's crazy. Oh my goodness, that happened to you? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because every generation is getting weaker and weaker. Why? Because life is getting easier and easier. I've seen an outhouse before, but I've never had to use the bathroom in an outhouse. I've used porta-johns, working construction, you know what I'm saying, going to events and shit like that. I've used porta-johns before, but that ain't nothing but a modern outhouse. You know what I'm saying? But I've never had to use a literal outhouse, but I know people who have. That's in my generation. It'd be the worst in the wintertime. It'd be so cold and you gotta go there. I'm just like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine that shit. You gotta take a shit and you, oh my God, I'm talking about one of them Taco Bell shits and I gotta go outside in the wintertime, it's 2 degrees. Who the fuck wanna drop a load while they cold? It's 14 degrees outside. I gotta bundle up just to go and take this shit. Like, how do you? But you ain't no point in bundling up because you. Who the fuck would? Like, oh man, man. That's why I say I take my hat off to y'all, man. Shout out to all the old heads, man. You know what I'm saying? They're still kicking, still around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Salute y'all, man. Cause these motherfuckers soft. These motherfuckers soft as shit today. Like the shit that y'all went through, the shit that we went through, like they couldn't fathom it. They couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to bring it home, you know what I'm saying? The journey of transformation, right? Think about how the journey has transformed over the generations, right? Going from a boy to a man and what that process looks like, right? Throughout the different eras of time. Because I think today is the easiest to become from a boy to a man, but in the aspect of what people want men to be today, not what a true man is. Because the men that's out here today is in my opinion, is not the ideal example of what a man should be when it comes to nation building or building a cohesive and prosperous community, right? The communities I came up in and you know that I experienced, you know, going to different cities or going over different people's houses or different, you know, states and different things like that, the men were all the same. So it don't matter if I was in North Carolina, it don't matter if I was in DC, it don't matter if I was in Texas, it don't matter if I was in Philly, it don't matter if I was in New York, it don't matter where I went, the men were the same. Appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate that, Mike. I be just trying to, you know what I'm saying, just shed light on the things that we don't really talk about, and to give all the good men out there they flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been to so many funerals. That's why I don't like funerals. I've been to so many funerals of men that were solid, good men. You know what I'm saying? They did the right thing. They paid their taxes. They ain't steal. They ain't rob. They ain't go to jail. They ain't sell. They ain't do nothing. They was just like the perfect example of an upstanding citizen. And you look around at the room and it's like all these motherfuckers, half these motherfuckers in here owe this man money. They did him dirty. You know what I'm saying? And them is always the ones that's crying the hardest. I always found that shit crazy. And that'd be the biggest thing for me is like, let me get the fuck up out of here. Cause I want to slap the shit out of this bitch. You partially, you damn near the reason that he's in that casket and you sitting up here crying the hardest. Why? Cause you can't use him no more? Cause you ain't crying cause he gone. You crying because the things that he did for you and how resourceful he was for you, you no longer have that now. That's why you're crying. You're not crying because you're gonna miss him. You're crying because you're missing the things that he did for you. Exactly, Ballin. Exactly. They can't use you no more. That's why they're upset. They not crying tears for you because you lost your life. And they're gonna miss you and your presence. They're gonna miss the things that you did for them. I saw a video. Charleston White said, I'm paraphrasing, but he was basically saying how men aren't appreciated, or you can't. Let me get it right. You can't measure the value of a man until he's no longer here, until he's gone. Because once he's gone, now you see the people that's fucked up, right? That's crying, that's you know, financially messed up or can't function, right? Because they were so dependent on him. That's when reality hits. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier about, you know, marriage and having a family, things like that. Your wife and children don't realize how much you do for them until you gone. Then it's like, damn, daddy did a lot. I got to take the trash out. I got to pay this. I got to fix that. This breaking, that's breaking. Because you don't see it. You don't see the work that he was putting in. He just got it done. He didn't tell you. He didn't want credit for every little fucking thing he did. So he got to tell you, well, I took the trash out. Did you see I took the trash? You just do it. You see what needs to be done and you just do the shit. So they don't see the work. They don't see, even if they do see the work, they so used to seeing you working that they don't appreciate it. Oh, that daddy always do that. Oh, my father get it. Oh, he'll fix it. They ain't got that no more. So now what? They got to stand on their own, but they don't know how because they've never had to do it. And this is why I'm the way I am with my children. No, I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to stand here and supervise. You're going to do it for your damn self because I'm not going to always be here. You're going to have to do this. One day you will have to do this on your own. So you might as well learn how to do it today. Let's start. You can cry. You can whine. You can kick. You can scream. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Whatever you need to do to be able to mentally and physically prepare yourself to get this done, go ahead and do it. It's hot. I don't feel like being out here cutting this grass. Motherfucker, I've never wanted to cut grass a day in my life. And you know how much grass I don't want to think about. My back hurt when I just even think about how much grass I done cut in my lifetime. These motherfuckers got ride lawnmowers and they got robots now and shit. They cut grass and shit. All these devices and tools. And man, I had a fucking push lawnmower. And that motherfucker was raggedy as hell. And it ain't had the auto guide or whatever the shit. You know the shit you hit, it pulls you along shit. So you ain't, that was all me. They don't know how to change the oil in that motherfucker. Where to put the gas at. How to check the blades, change the blades, sharpen them. They don't know none of this shit. They don't even care to know. Oh, I'll just call Lorenzo. Lorenzo will come over here and just cut the grass. I give him $80 and he cuts the grass, edges it up for me. Yeah, I'll just call Lorenzo. That's what I'm saying, Balder. It just ain't for me, Balder. I hate cutting grass. I hate fucking cutting grass. I hate that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, when you do a good job, right? You cut that motherfucker, you edge it, you know what I'm saying? You done and you look like, damn, that shit look good. You know what I'm saying? I like the end result, but I just don't like the labor of it, because it's just like, I done told y'all this a million times in my lives. I hate walking for no reason. Walking and running without a purpose for me is like, just, I don't like doing it, right? That was my issue in sports. You know what I mean? It was like, why are we running? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's nothing chasing me. What the fuck? We're not in the game. There's nothing chasing me. What the fuck am I running for? Like, this shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, running was a punishment for me. You know what I'm saying? Stay doing laps. Yeah, Ballin, he is a bad man, cause man, he like cutting grass. But you know what? My uncle like that. I got an uncle like that. And he don't do it with a push mower. But he got all the, he got all that shit, all the expensive, landscaping equipment and shit. I can't think of the name of that brand everybody be using, but he got all that shit. The big, the double wide, ride lawnmower. No, he love cutting grass. He be cutting motherfuckers' yards and he don't even charge them. He just do it for fun. He got money though, so that's right, Ballin. It does, and it builds. I'm happy you brought that up. It builds those muscle groups that you can't really hit or you can't really target in the gym, right? when you go to the gym, and I'm happy you brought that up. I saw a video. I seen a video. I think it was on TikTok. But it was and y'all probably seen the dude too, big buff guy. He do a lot of content. Matter of fact, if y'all ever seen that video of the dude, big swole dude, he'll wear like a little vest, little thin like vest or something, and he be running down the street in slow motion and shit, and they be recording him. He had his dog beside him, he be running and shit, they doing it in slow motion and shit. That guy, I don't know his name, but him. He was in Africa, right? And I think he was at some type of mill or factory, and they had these big bags, and I don't know if it was rice or concrete. I don't know what it was, like them big sack bags, and I don't know what the fuck was in it, but it was heavy as shit. So they had it stacked up in this silo thing or whatever, and the African dude showing him, I don't know, I'm assuming he worked there, but the dude was way buffer and way swoller than the content creator dude, right? And the content creator, he was like, nah, go ahead, try to lift it. So he trying to lift it. Basically, the video was just showing the difference between gym muscles and actual working muscles, right? A man that does manual labor for a living versus a man that just works out for, to look good or the model or for the aesthetics of it, the look of it. Because you going to the gym, how long is you in the gym, right? And the time you in the gym, how many exercises are you doing, and how long are you doing them for, right? Because you might be in the gym for 8 hours, and I might be at work for 8 hours. But my 8 hours work muscles, I've been nonstop. I had a 30-minute break, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even take my 15, you feel me? So my muscles are not only, so the African dude, his muscles was not only bigger, but he had more endurance, more strength, and better conditioning, right? So when people be like, oh yeah, I'll give you an example, right? Last night, I like boxing, so I do a lot of boxing analogies, but this is a good one because people who like older generation guy, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. Damn, I had his name right on my tongue. I can't even. Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler hit like a fucking heavyweight. That motherfucker, I don't think nobody would want to take a punch from Marvin Hagler, especially in his prime, right? But his build was from his job, the work that he did, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Marvin Hagler did construction. He was a tradesman, right? Before, I don't know if it was before he went professional or while he was still professional, he was still working. I can't remember the story, but I know he did some type of trade. He did manual labor. And the muscle and that builds is different from you training in the gym, right? Working out, doing calisthenics, doing weight training. It's a different type of strength. Like I fought, big, swole, buff. I put it like this. If I got to choose between fighting a motherfucker with gym muscles and a motherfucker that do concrete or brick masonry or some shit, give me that gym motherfucker. I fight that gym motherfucker all fucking day. Don't give me the construction working motherfucker. Them gym muscles, he gonna get tired. That construction worker, he gonna get tired too, but he might get tired tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But yeah, man, let me get up off of here, man. But yeah, a journey of transformation, man. Y'all keep studying, y'all keep learning, keep growing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where you are in your journey as a man. It's just for all y'all. I don't care where you are. I don't care how old you are. You can never know everything. You can never know enough. Every day you should be learning something. To the day you die, every single day, your goal should be to learn something new. Each one teach one. Pass it on. Don't gatekeep. You got some game, you got some information, put it out there. It don't matter don't worry about if the person's receptive to it or not. That's on them. You did what you were supposed to do. You showed your brother love. Whatever he decided to do with that knowledge, that information, that's on him. You gave him the keys. If he decided to unlock the door and walk in the room, that's on him. I ain't got nothing. From this forward, moving forward, I ain't got nothing to do with that. The ball in your court now. It's on you. I set you up. I gave you the out of you. I threw it up there. I lobbed it up there. It's up to you to jump up there and whatever you want to do, 360 between the legs, jump from the free throw, whatever the fuck you gonna do with that motherfucker, it's on you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You get hung, it's on you. It's on you. I lobbed it to you. I threw you the out of you. It's on you. I did what I was supposed to do. And that's all we gotta do. Iron sharpening iron. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, man. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Tomorrow, I don't know what time. I'll be live again tomorrow. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man. But like I said, wherever you are on your journey, that's where you're supposed to be. Because if you wasn't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be there. And if you don't like where you're at on your journey, you put yourself there. Keep working, keep grinding, keep learning, keep growing. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Be safe. Watch your back. Keep your head on a swivel. And watch out for the motherfucking hook, man. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. Peace.